Main Conan plus daily directions plus police academy's 6th person plus the protagonist is pure red, plus no CP single arrow, providing relief for various difficulties, slow and hot plot and timeline magic modification. Subsequently, there will be linkage between anime such as Buno and Manjitsu, the Thunder Breath swordsman Sanya Fumamesa, who successfully beheaded Ghost Dance Suji's head, turned black in front of his eyes. When I opened my eyes again, I found a crying system asking for binding. He needs to play the role of an NPC in a game called Ke Xue Sims to increase the popularity of the game and pull it back from the edge of coolness. That's it. Recently, Ke Xue Sims, which has not been updated for many years, is about to undergo a major update, including the addition of a police academy camp, updated maps outside Tokyo, and more new characters. Many players who couldn't wait to watch the trailer exclaimed, "Crouching Slot, is this the character that the old thief's current art style can paint?" The forum revealed that the new character seems to be using a knife. Speaking of which, I'm not sure if it's a problem with the equipment. Have you noticed several scenes of Yi Junjiang looking at us? How do you say that? A bit kind, is that something that can be said? After the game was launched, Fu Yi, who considered his psychological age to be his grandfather's birth house, was truly immersed in the joy of raising children. Although the Cubs always give him various things, what can they do wrong? Follow-up game activities. Yokohama shrouded in thick fog. A sorcerer burdened with heavy responsibilities. 100 years ago, the Ghost King NPCs gradually discover the truth. Chapter 1. Retirement and Reemployment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This article has no CP, but there is a single arrow, making it too difficult to write emotional lines. Female frequency novels. If you feel it's not suitable, don't force yourself. If you have any feedback or other opinions on the plot, please feel free to discuss. The game is linked to other comics, with Bunno and Manjitsu currently available. If you have any other desired content, you can also mention it in the comments. After all, maybe there are quite a few settings in the first chapter, and the rest is normal. Sunshine, quickly turn him into ashes. Due to the blood flowing from the head, my eyes became blurred, and I could only pray continuously in my heart. Father, Mother, incense, young clothes, and sacrificial swordsmen, please bless us and eliminate these evil spirits that should not exist in the world. The fate between our family and you will come to an end today. After speaking, a golden light flashed around Shigeru, who used all his strength to wield a knife. The sound of the heavy object landing was successfully heard, and Shigeru Yoshimasa's whole body relaxed, and then his vision fell into darkness. There seemed to be something speaking in the darkness, but he was powerless to answer. In a daze, he noticed that the temperature on his body was gradually becoming abnormal, followed by intense pain. He curled up in pain, occasionally emitting a few moans squeezed out from between his teeth, and veins bulging on his forehead. After the pain, I only felt my body become light and floating. I wanted to open my eyes but fell into deeper sleep due to exhaustion. Like a lantern, scenes from life come to mind. After becoming a ghost 1,000 years ago, the entire family of Shibuya Fu seemed to have been cursed, and all the children they gave birth to were weak and sickly, and they would soon die young. In order to prevent the bloodline from being cut off, the Shibuya clan followed the advice of the deity and have been married to the girls of the Shinto clan for generations. Although they have continued the lives of their descendants in this way, no one has successfully lived to the age of 30. But as the eldest son of the wealthy family, he miraculously escaped the curse and showed no signs of breaking out. Is the side effect that the body is weaker than the average child, and the complexion is even paler? Until recently, neither Miss Butterfly Ninja nor Miss Jusher in Butterfly House could find the reason for this. But this is already considered extremely fortunate for Chanya Fu, who has always felt guilty while watching the soldiers fight. The problem is, if you were to join the ghost-killing team directly, it would be unfair to the other team members. After careful consideration, he was sent to Taoshan at the age of 12, where he was taught by former Mingzhu Sangjima Siwalang. He became a senior brother with Shani and Ke Xue, and learned the breathing of thunder. I feel a bit distressed about the relationship between a junior brother who only knows one type and a senior brother who only knows one type in daily life. In my memory of daily life, my wife Shani hugged his thigh with a runny nose and tears, and screamed in a dirty high-pitched voice, "Senior brother, will you help me, right? You will definitely help me, right? This kind of training is not something that humans can do. I will die, really will die." Kexue looked at the scene with disdain, but then realized that such a person could learn a type he couldn't learn. He couldn't help but speak with jealousy. "It's better for a useless person like you to leave as soon as possible. The selection for Fujitsuyama will not be a child's play. If you don't want to die, just get out of here quickly." However, when Sanya Fui saw this scene, he only touched Shani's head. When he found that the hand felt exceptionally good, he couldn't help but rub it again. In Shani's resentful gaze, he awkwardly coughed twice and spoke up, "I have great confidence in you, Shani Juan. You will definitely succeed in joining the ghost-killing team. Both Master Sangdao and I believe in this, so don't underestimate yourself. Moreover, there is also Kexue who cares about you, supporting you from behind. He even worries about Shani. He really," I cried to death. Guan. Caring. It turns out that senior brother Kexue is actually just superficially irritable, but in reality, he is very optimistic about me. How can I believe it? This doesn't seem to belong to the category of concern, does it? Hey. Even though I know my senior brother's occasional natural attributes, my wife Shani was still shocked by this answer. Ha. Concerned. Who cares about this guy? Kexue looked at him with an unreasonable expression. This is being poked. That's not it. Shani and Kexue retorted in unison, then turned back while looking at each other. Afterwards, all three of us passed the selection and went to patrol the places where we were dispatched. After the long mission ended, I saw Shani once again as if he had passed away. He said to me with red eyes, "Brother Kexue has gone missing." Later, I specifically inquired with the logistics swordsman. Originally, during a mission, Kexue encountered the Black Death Mouth, one of the top-stringed swordsmen, and all the swordsmen who carried out this mission were annihilated. The only thing that can barely be called good news is the body of Kexue, which is not among them. I just didn't expect to see him again in the final battle, and it was still a scene of conflicting positions. And Master Sangdao, a wave of sadness surged in his heart as he thought of this. As his thoughts gradually returned to the present, Shigeru opened his eyes in confusion and stood up straight. Before he could react, a furry object rushed towards him, causing Shigeru to almost instinctively pull out his knife. I saw furry fur as if it had suffered a great deal of injustice, lying on his chest, round fur balls trembling and crying non-stop. The eyes of Chanwu Fu drooped, staring at a small piece of moist tissue on his chest, and then lifted his hand to rub it on the furry surface. "Is it related to you that I will come to this place? Can you tell me?" He scanned around, stepping on an endless grassland under his feet. The breeze blew, and the overlapping emerald green danced with the wind. In short, it is clearly different from the battlefield that is comparable to ruins. Mao Qiu struggled to stop his tears, floating in mid-air from the warm embrace of his host, trying his best to be more reliable. He cleared his throat. "I am a system produced by a high-latitude gaming company, responsible for maintaining the balance of a game called Ke Xue Sims on a daily basis. Because the game has not been updated for a long time since its inception, according to players, it is just a cold meal, leading to a large number of players withdrawing from the game. Now finally, our company's upper management has decided to hold a meeting on whether to continue operating the Ke Xue Sims in 1 month. If the meeting and the majority agree to suspend operation," Haichio was holding back tears and his eyes were hazy, "our game will be officially discontinued, and my worthless system will also be destroyed." I had no choice but to quietly calculate in the main system how to get rid of this ending, and it matched the host you in countless worlds, me. Although I couldn't fully understand the meaning of the hairy ball in front of me, Shigeru thought for a moment and said, "I don't seem to have anything special." I'm sorry about this, but I don't know because I'm also a useless system, but I'm willing to trust the system's calculations and host you. Its tone became serious, and its two round eyes met him solemnly. I saw that you possess both leadership qualities and a broad mind, although there is also an element of not having enough time. Although your voice gradually quieted down as we spoke later. By the way, how's Wu Yen doing? Are the swordsmen okay? Don't worry, the swordsmen are all fine. Apart from Wu Yen, there may be something wrong, and the host you are. Do you remember what you did before Wu Yen died? What did you do? Shigeru Chanya was lost in memories. Eyes flashed through my mind as if stained with blood. Ah, it seems that Wu Yen before his death injected something into his body. You can tell from the host's expression that he remembered it, and the system spoke angrily. That's right, that Xia Sanlin actually injected all the ghost blood into your host's body before he died, so if you don't bind it in time. Host, you will become a new generation of ghost kings. Fortunately, the proposal I previously applied to the senior management has been approved, and the main content is whether I need to find someone or find a solution on my own. In short, we need to achieve certain results before the meeting in a month's time, and we have also allocated some energy for this. If there are no accidents, we can help the host control the ghost blood pressure in one day of the month, which will be considered as the reward for the task. At this point, the system raised its nose and almost said, "Praise me quickly." The expression on his face reminded Shigeru of the little dog that was said to have been brought back from overseas and given to his wife not long ago. Although he lost his left arm and left eye with the first string 6, he did not fall silent and remained active in the logistics line of the ghost-killing team. This result may not be too bad for him. After all, Sanya Fui has seen Yusue Tianyuan and his wives showing their love more than once. Although I always feel a chill behind me when I'm by my side. Later, after bringing back the little dog, Yusue Tianyuan was finally taken to the martial arts training ground by the disdainful Hei Kobayashi, who was speaking out of place. So the little dog was handed over to the property owner Fu Yizhen for temporary support. He quietly compared himself as the ultimate winner. Speaking of which, before the final battle, he handed over the little dog to Mr. Purgatory's brother, Purgatory Qian Shulang, and now he doesn't know what happened. The system can't be said to have nothing to do with the dog, but it is exactly the same. Isn't this a kind of meal replacement? Chanwu Fui thought with a suppressed smile. The system stomped its foot angrily. After touching the tip of his nose and coughing a few times, Sanya Fui awkwardly said, "Great, great. Can you please ask the omnipotent system Sang to tell me what to do next?" Chapter 2. Beginner in Ke Xue. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 3. First Bus Encounter. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 4. Trailer. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 5. Who is Alone? You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 6. This is Ke Xue. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 7. New Game Experience. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 8. Shooting Course, Part 1. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 9. Shooting Course, Middle. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 10. Shooting Lesson, Below. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Ko Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text.